Hi Poptropicans, Captain Crawfish here today to help you play through the second episode of PoptropiCon, Spoiler Alert. And that's a very appropriate title because, as always, this video contains spoilers, both for the story and for the gameplay of this episode. So if you don't want to know what happens, or if you want to figure it out for yourself, wait to watch the video until later. Let's get started. We discover that there's a costume contest, and whoever can dress up as this character Omegon will win a part in the next movie. But as this person tells us here, nobody knows what Omegon looks like. So we have our orders. Let's go find out what Omegon looks like. On the main floor of the convention, we'll meet this red-haired guy who works for a movie news website. He says he's looking for somebody to help him figure out what Omegon looks like. So he has the same goal that we do. So we'll talk to him and find out what he needs. And in the course of this conversation, he's going to give us a cell phone which we're going to be able to use to gather the images that we need. Let's take a quick look at the cell phone. See, we were looking for three things: a mask, a chest piece, and a cape. Those three are all missing. If we can find all three of those and bring the phone back, we'll be able to get what we need. So we'll continue talking to people to try to find out where we might get this information. Here's a famous old comic book artist who says somebody else was talking about Omegon and claiming to have at least one picture on her cell phone. So we'll talk for a little bit more to try to find information. He says he's looking for this woman who has blonde hair, glasses, a ponytail, and a red leather jacket. We'll go after her, but first let's stop and pick up our free Elf Archer issue number 1 reprint. We're going to need this later. And now we'll follow Sasha into this doorway to try to find out where she's going. There's 3 doors here in a series of identical-looking hallways. What we're going to do is identify which person we're looking for, and then go through the door that she goes through. You'll see there are often several people who look exactly like her. That's why it's important to identify her right away, and then see which door she goes through. We'll do that a few more times, ultimately ending up in a new scene. And there she is. I'll ask her for the picture. Of course, since this is Poptropica, it's never that easy, is it? She's selling the picture, and I don't have any money. It would be easy if we just had some money as an inventory item on this island. Unfortunately, we don't, so I'm going to have to be a little bit sneakier. I tell her I could find some loose change. She's got no time for that. She gives me her card, and I can call her if I ever have any information. But right as that happens, she gets called away to a behind-closed-doors screening of the movie, and has to leave her cell phone, which I believe contains the picture that I'm looking for. I could try to pull her phone out of the bin, but I have no idea which it is among all of those. I could also try giving her a call. I've got a phone, I've got her number. No signal in this part of the building, which, if you've ever been to a convention, is something that happens a lot. This guy doesn't get any service either. However, he does say there's a tech lounge down the hall where it might work, so I'm going to go up here, right under the sign that says Tech Lounge, and I'll try it from here. Her phone starts ringing in the bin, so now I'll know which one it is, and I'll just head over there before it stops ringing, and click on the bin to pull out her phone. Now I have her phone, which has the picture I'm looking for, and it's just a simple matter of texting it to my own phone, which will happen automatically. Here I have a picture of the cape. It looks like an actor on set having his coffee break. Well, that works for me. Now I've got 1/3 of what I need. Let's try to find another piece of the Omegon costume. We'll go into the exhibit hall, where we find 2 convention workers having a conversation. They're looking for an Elf Archer statue, but not just any Elf Archer, the Silver Age Elf Archer. The Silver Age of comics was 1950s, 60s, 70s, so an old-style version of the costume. You can see the old-style gold-face there, and looking through the door we see the old-style world guy. So how can we find a Silver Age Elf Archer? Remember that comic book cover we picked up earlier was issue 1. So If we can find this hat, mask, tunic, and bow, then we'll probably be able to stand in for the Silver Age Elf Archer. You probably remember doing this sort of challenge in PoptropiCon Episode 1. We'll just do the same thing here. First in the lobby we find Pinata Man, who is wearing a familiar-looking tunic. We'll bring up the costumizer and we'll grab his chest piece for ourselves. Fantastic. Now we will head back to the expo hall and jump up to the higher level where we find this investigator-looking character. And she is wearing the correct hat that we need, so once again we'll pull her up in the costumizer, grab the hat for ourselves. Unfortunately, if I'm going to wear this hat, I think I have to get rid of my Popzilla mask. Oh well, that's the price of victory. Into the demo area, which we haven't been in yet, but we will be in plenty later. And over in the corner is a knight who is wearing a bow on his back. You can optionally customize that quiver of arrows if you want to, but the bow is the part that we really need, so we'll take that now. We're missing only one more piece. That piece is going to be back in the first scene we were in, the theater. If you remember, there was a boy sitting to the left of the stage in a green outfit. There he is. And his eye mask is the thing we'll need to customize from him. We'll take that, and our elf archer costume is complete. Head back to the exhibit hall and click on this pedestal to jump up and assume the position. Now we'll sit here and let all this play out. Now that I've got the place to myself, I can start looking around for some more information. By the way, you can customize any of the superhero costumes you see in here, so enjoy that. But in the meantime, I'm after something more important, so I'll jump up to the top level here. And over on the left, I see a brand new version of Omegon's mask, which will be used in the movie. I'll take a picture of it. And now I have 2/3 of what I need. I have this mask. There's one more left to find, and it will be the most difficult one. Back in the demo area, I'll talk to this girl, and she'll give me a starter deck for the Mighty Action Force card game. I'm going to have to get pretty good at this game because I'll have to win a few games in order to get the last piece of the Omegon costume. At the beginning of each game, the computer and I will both draw 3 cards. Then the computer will draw 1 and go, and after her turn, I will draw 1 and go. So the first thing she does is play this Henchbot card, which has a value of 1, and puts it in the slot to gain a gem for herself. You can also play them to attack the other player and take gems away from them. See, I have 2 cards that are each worth 3, and 2 cards that are each worth 1, so I'll take one of my cards that's worth 3. I could attack her, but she has no gems right now. So I will choose to collect gems. In general, you want to build up as many as you can right at the start of play, before anybody starts attacking one another. Now the computer is going to play a card with a special ability. The Trash Collector allows a player to play a card in both slots on the same turn. With that, she'll also play the Fashion Ninja, which forces my turn to be skipped. So she'll attack me for 1, gain 1 for herself, and I'll skip my next turn. Since I'm missing my next turn, I'll play my most powerful card here and just attempt to sort of stave off any losses that I know will come as she skips my turn and plays again. This is another special ability card, which will allow her to draw an additional card. So she attacks me for 2 and pulls another card out of her deck. So now she'll have 5 to choose from each turn instead of 4. Teen Arachnid is another special card. Wherever she plays it, she'll get the 1 gem for herself and also take 1 from me and get 1 for her. So you see, these special cards are pretty important. I don't have any yet, but I'll find some. In the meantime, I'll play my most powerful card, World Guy, which is good enough to get me 4 new gems. This is just a normal card that she's playing now. It's worth 2, so she's going to gain herself 2 gems. Let's see what I have left here. I only have cards worth 1, so I have no real choice but to play it. I'll attack her just to try to prevent her from catching up to me. She seems to be, hopefully, out of all of her special ability cards, which is certainly good for me. As I draw 1, I can at least play the same power of a card here, so we'll both gain 2. I keep my 1 gem lead. Oh, here is another special ability. This is a card of power 2, and if I play something that is 2 or 1, then she will block me. Unfortunately, I don't have anything stronger than that, so I'm not going to waste a better card. I'll play a card of strength 1 and go ahead and block that. That's fine. Now she'll play a card of strength 1. She's got a lead on me, but it's pretty close. Hopefully I'll start pulling some more powerful cards out now. Go. I have a couple of Meow bots who each have strength 2, so I'll play one of those right now. And at least we're tied. She plays yet 1 more henchbot, still worth only 1. Here's where I'm going to press my advantage because I have a Meow bot for 2, so there's no reason to attack at this point. I'm trying to get to the last spot. The one thing left to know about this game is that you have to land in the last spot by exact count. If I were to play something worth 2 right now, I would actually bust out and lose the card I had just played. So I have to play a card of 1 to land in the last spot. And here we go, I've won. As a reward for winning this game, I'm going to be given a World Guy card, which is very powerful, although it does not have any special abilities. As I find new cards, I can put them into my deck. I need to make my strongest hand of 10 cards to bring into the game. So all I'll do is open it from my inventory, swap out the cards I don't want. But I think it would make more sense to swap out a weaker card for this stronger World Guy card. There are actually several strong cards around the convention that I can either earn or find. So the first thing I'm going to do is go up here, and if I stomp on this table enough times, these post-it notes will fall off and reveal a hidden card that I'll pick up. Wondered how I would get Dirt Cloud? That's how. I'll need to get a balloon to find a couple of the next cards. There are cards hidden in several scenes, and I'll also be able to win cards from people I play. I'm going to try to find as many in scene as I can first in order to give myself the best chance of beating the people I can play. So you saw that I couldn't jump up to grab that card, but if I take my balloon to the 2nd level and jump off to the left, I can pick up the Trash Collector card. Now I need to bring my balloon to the exhibit hall. I'll be able to find a new card in there as well. You probably saw that gigantic balloon of a superhero. He's holding a card in his hand. I need to jump up with the balloon, land on the hand to shake the card loose. It won't work without the balloon. And now I have the Fashion Ninja card. Don't need the balloon anymore. I can get all the rest of the cards without it. I'll head back to the theater. If you see that box on the platform up there, I just need to jump up and push it out of the way to find a card that's hidden behind it. There's the Teeneractin. So I'm finding all the cards that have the special abilities now, and those are what will really allow me to beat some of the other players. I'll show you how to set this up now. I opened it up from my inventory. See, I have all these powerful cards and cards with special abilities. So what I want to do is swap them out so that I have the most powerful deck possible. Usually that means pulling out the henchbot characters because they're the weakest. And now I will challenge this woman to a game. We know the rules, and now I'll just do my best to play my more powerful deck to try to make short work of this lady. She is the easiest of the 3 con goers who you can challenge to a game. That's why we're starting here. Once again, with my first move, I'm going to just play the strongest card that I have and try to build up as many gems as I can. She's putting down a special ability, the card that will allow her to draw an extra card. However, now I have more of an even playing field. If I play my Dirt Clod card, it will block any card worth 2 or 1. So because that's worth 2, not only does she not get to destroy my gems, she also doesn't get to draw an extra card. She's now playing a Meowbot of power 2. I think that my deck is much stronger than hers at this point. We'll take a look at what I've got. I'm not going to get cute, I'm going to just play World Guy and just try to extend my lead over her. At this point, I guess you could say it's money in the bank. She's going to try to give herself 2 gems, but it's essentially useless to her, because I have a Mutton Chops card worth 3, and again I'm going to land exactly in the final spot, and that's the only reason why I'm going to win now. So I win again, and I get a new card, Goldface, which is a decent card. It's worth 3, has no special abilities, but not bad. Back here in the lobby, I can hit the soda machine to find another one. This gives me Pony Girl. Now I have almost all the cards. I'm going to set up my deck once again. Once again, it's a matter of swapping in my most powerful cards and making sure that I play as many cards with special abilities as I possibly can. That looks pretty good. So now I'll go down and challenge this guy at the table here. He is more difficult than the lady I played in the theater. Not as difficult as the person I'm going to play later. So at this point I'm pretty well positioned. By now you probably get the gist of the card game, and I certainly wouldn't blame you to skip ahead in the video at this point. But we'll go through it anyway just to make sure, because this is such a big part of this adventure. And personally, I think the game is pretty darn fun. You see, he plays that powerful card to start with. Now, I don't have one that really matches it, so maybe I'll take the opportunity to use one of my special cards. This is only worth 1 gem to me, but because my opponent won't be able to go again, it's essentially like getting to play a more powerful card right off the bat. His turn is skipped, so I get to draw. I won't use Dirt Clod because I don't know what he's playing. I'll take the opportunity instead to pull an extra card out of my deck, and that was probably a good choice because it looks like I got a World Guy card out of that. He plays his Mutton Chops, which is worth 3 gems to him, but doesn't have any special abilities, so that's good for me. See, I just got another one. So I play my Trash Collector card because this allows me to play 2 cards at once. So I'll smash one of his gems, and then put in my most powerful card as well. This gives me basically a swing of 5 gems. He loses 1, and I gain 4. Once again, he's playing not a special card, which is good, once again, for me. I still have a couple left in my hand as well. Now, once again, Dirt Clod doesn't help, but World Guy's pretty strong, so all I'm going to do here is extend my lead by 1 gem. Can't possibly win on this hand, and since he's going to try to give himself those 2 gems, as long as I have a card that plays 2 gems as well, I'll play it. Here I can use Dirt Clod just to sort of twist the knife a little bit, just to rub it in. He won't even be able to play his 2. You know, you can beat this guy with a weaker deck, but I took the time to go find as many cards as I could, because that would make it much, much easier to beat him. And by beating him, I will now win his Elf Archer card as well. Back to the demo area, I'm going to go to the upper level once again. The girl sitting at the table up there is an expert. She's very hard to beat. You really do need to get all of the possible cards in order to beat her. I do have them all, so once again I'll just assemble my deck here and put my most powerful cards in. Let's talk to her. She will give me an unreleased Omegon card if I can beat her. That sounds pretty useful. So, same disclaimer here. If you feel like you got the point, you can certainly skip ahead a couple of minutes in the video, but I will take the time to show you one more game of this. As we said, this character is very, very good, so she's going to play strong cards, she's going to have some strategy, and start off with, fortunately, just a Meowbot for me. Hopefully I'll be able to play something more powerful, and I can. I have an Elf Archer in my hand. Here she comes with the special cards. She plays a Trash Collector, which is the card that allows her to play 2 cards in 1 turn. The other is the Fashion Ninja, which is going to make me miss my next turn, so I'll have to make this turn count. Fortunately, with a Trash Collector of my own, I can set myself up pretty well for this missed turn. I'll attack her for 1, and then play my most powerful card, the World Guy, to give myself 4 gems before I go ahead and miss a turn. By the way, you'll notice the order of turns is always the computer attacking, then me attacking, then the computer adding gems, and then me adding gems. It'll always go that way. On the turn that I'm missing, she'll play her Elf Archer card, which is actually not so bad for me. It's powerful, yes, but it doesn't have one of those special abilities that could really mess me up, so I'll take it. Here she plays Dirt Clod, so I will try to find a card that is worth 3 or 4 points, because that will overrule Dirt Clod's special ability. Fortunately, I do have one in my hand. It's only Mutton Chops, it's not so great, but any of the other cards I had would have gotten blocked by Dirt Clod, so it's the right play. Another plain card from her, which is good for me. I think I've got a fairly decent hand left here. As a matter of fact, I won't even have to play any of my special cards because she's going to gain 3 gems. That's all I need to do, and I'll hit that last spot to win. It wasn't easy, but we beat her. And as a reward, we get this unreleased Omegon card. This card has the last piece of the Omegon costume that we need. It shows what Omegon's chest piece looks like. So that's it. We have the mask, the chest, and the cape. We are ready to get our new costume. We'll return to the red-haired guy in the main hallway. we've done our job, so he'll live up to his end of the bargain and give us our brand new Omegon costume. And he's obviously very excited about it. At this point, it's academic. I'll put on the costume. It is a pretty cool costume, if I say so myself. Make sure to put every piece on: the face, the helmet, the chest, and the cape. Once you've done that, you can head back to the theater, which, no, Captain Crawfish, it's to the left. And when you enter the theater, the costume contest will begin. So I will bow out and let you watch the rest of this. Talk about a cliffhanger. That's how we'll end episode 2 of PoptropiCon. Spoiler alert. We'll pick it up soon in episode 3, Reign of Omegon, coming soon. Thank you very much for watching this video, and thank you for playing Poptropica.